are you all right?
Yeah, Margot, I'm okay.
Oh, thank God.
Look, I might lose this connection any second. I want you to call Ellie.
Ellie's right here. Wait, hang on a second. Craig, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm in Kartha. I found Lucinda. She's been shot in the arm, but she's gonna be okay. Have you heard anything about Lily?
No. Have you heard anything about Sierra?
Nothing definite. Look, I want you to call my mom and John.
Craig. Got cut off. He's okay, right? He's all right? He's okay. All right, we gotta call John and Lila and let him know, and he said to tell you to tell Paul that he's thinking of him, okay?
Well, I'll tell him when I see him at the courthouse. I know he could use some cheering up.
Paul? I can see you don't remember me. I'm your grandmother, Greta Aldrin.
I just got your letter.
Don't believe it. You're a grown man, so like your father.
Wow, I wanted to talk to you. This is great that you're here. It'll give me a chance to explain what really happened. And, Mom, this is...
I know who this is. I want to know what you're doing here.
Hello, Barbara. I was just about to tell Paul. I feel it's my place to be with him now. I know James would have wanted
James was responsible for everything that Paul is going through right now. How dare you come here?
Mom, she's my grandmother. I'm glad that she's here. It's gonna give me a chance. It'll give me a chance to explain.
That's all I want, Paul, for us to talk. And perhaps to get to know each other a little better. If your mother will allow it.
Oh, it's you.
How do you feel?
I thought I dreamed you. I'm okay.
Well, the doctor says you're gonna be okay.
It doesn't hurt.
And so's that little girl. They found her aunt.
Oh, God, I thought I dreamed you. I didn't think that you were real. And you are. Oh.
Remember how you got to Cordova's headquarters after you were shot? And
Yes.
You made it to the streets.
The little
without
girl.
fighting. What?
The little girl.
Uh-huh.
She knew the way to the Plaza Real, and they sang her song, and then, look out for that. And she took me there, and she said, my good omen. She's my good omen, and I'm going to find my little girl here because I feel her. I know she's close. I feel her. Tell me you feel it, too.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by doctor-recommended natural fiber Metamucil, and you could be regular for the rest of your life.
I've said so many awful things to you, and I'm aware of that, you know? And I shouldn't have, because I know that you really loved Sierra. I know that. And now you and we're going to find Sierra together.
Lucinda, look, I came down here to help you, but you've known for a very long time that I haven't believed that she's...
I saw Araka in the hotel room. He told me about the island. He told me about James.
I spoke to Araka,
and
too.
the ransom.
The man is a liar.
Of course he's a liar, but I'm right.
Look, I'm going to do everything that I can in my power to find out what really happened to her, and I will help you. We will find Sebex Island.
That's what I want.
Together.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
You know, I got to tell you that when you told Ambrose not to get near any of your money.
Yeah, that was smart, wasn't it?
Well, I hit up people for a lot of donations, and they donated very generously. Barbara and Lisa among...
I'm sorry. Oh, my. What about John? Did John kick in?
Well, you know, I had a little hard time finding him after the ransom call came in, but then once
Of course you had a hard time finding him because he was with Susan someplace with their beepers
The only important thing is that once that I found him, he was very worried about you, and he wanted to fly down here himself with the ransom.
Oh, gosh. Maybe I better get on the phone. I'll get on the phone and thank him right now.
Well, I think you might have a tough time getting through, you know. It's all right. Ellie's going to let everybody know we're okay.
Ellie? You called Ellie from here? You called Ellie? When we're here looking for Sierra, you call Ellie? Ellie!
Look, if we're very, very lucky, we can find out exactly what happened to Sierra, and then we can get out. But we are not going to find her alive.
John? Oh. Why don't you go home and try to get some sleep?
Oh, I wouldn't sleep.
You know, I wish you wouldn't shut me out. I know you're worried about Lucinda, and it doesn't offend me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I would think less of you if you weren't.
John, have you heard anything?
No, I haven't. Has Craig called?
No.
Now, look, don't assume the worst. I'm sure the communications out of Montega are erratic.
What happened?
Craig called. He's all right. He's all right.
I'm gonna call Kirk and tell him.
Okay, Lucinda's okay, too. Don't be upset. She's been shot in the arm. But she's
what?
all right. Craig said she's gonna be fine.
What about Sierra?
No, we got cut off before we could go in.
No, Caleb, it's a huge relief. Listen, do me a favor and call Iva and tell her I've got to get to the airport. No, I'm going to Chicago to meet some buyers from Whitney's. Yeah, I think things are looking up too, Caleb.
Well, you didn't say anything in your letter about coming here.
I had not decided then. I was so, well, you can imagine what I was feeling. No, I can't believe how much you've grown since I last saw you. You know, it was so many years ago. You were just so high.
Well, I was hoping that we could have lunch.
Mom, this is just a recess. I have to go back in.
Jess, is there going to be a recess for lunch?
Probably not for another hour or so.
Jessica, I want you to meet my grandmother, Greta Aldrin.
How do you do?
It's Jessica Griffin, my attorney.
If you'll excuse me.
That's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. I have ample savings from all money your father sent me over the years. I want you to have the best defense possible.
He has the best.
Mom's right. I couldn't ask for a better lawyer than Jessica.
Very well. That's how you feel.
Hi. Hey, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
I want you to meet my grandmother, Greta Aldrin. She's come all the way from Sweden. This is Tom Hughes.
It's nice to meet you.
Tom's the district attorney, but he disqualified himself from prosecuting this case because we're close friends.
Ah, I'm so pleased to make your acquaintance.
It's my pleasure. Would you please excuse me? Bill, Jason, here are the documents from the police you requested.
Thanks. So who's the lady with Paul Stenbeck?
That's Greta Aldrin. It's Paul's grandmother. She just flew in from Sweden. Anyway, I got to get back to the office. If there's anything else I can do for you, let me know, okay? Thank you.
I've tried to follow what's happened in the newspapers, but I don't understand who this woman, Emily Stewart, is.
Emily... You see, Emily and Dad were, very close for a while. She suffered a lot because of Dad. She's really a great person.
I see. And obviously you're close to her, too.
For a long time now, Emily's really the only woman I can talk to about my dad. She understands. I worked with her this summer at Montgomery & Associates. So, how long are you going to be here?
As long as you need me. I'm staying at the hotel Lakeview Tower. Do you know where it is?
Oh, sure.
I'd like it very much if you'd come and see me later. We have so much to talk about.
Well,
Oh, break's over. Need to get back in.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Lakeview Towers is a very expensive hotel, Greta.
My son provided for me very well.
For money he earned running drugs.
James had nothing to do with drugs. I've heard all the ugly stories.
They're not stories. He was a drug trafficker and a murderer. And if you care anything for your grandson, you will leave him alone and go back to Sweden. He's under a great deal of pressure right now.
You're responsible for all the trouble he's in. All his life, you twisted the poor child's mind with lies about his father.
You still won't admit the truth, will you? He's a psychopath. He hurt everyone that he touched, and he is still hurting his son. Now, this is a very critical time for Paul. He can't afford to be confused or conflicted. So leave him alone.
I know I gave you no peace until you accepted my proposal. So, if you want to reconsider, I'll understand.
Well, since you quoted Romeo to me, I'll answer you with Juliet. I wish, but for the thing I have, my bounty is as deep as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have. For both are infinite. I'll gladly marry you, Duncan, despite all your merciless pursuit.
Sorry to disturb you, Duncan.
Come in, Clifford.
I need your, signature. I understand congratulations are in order.
Yeah, they are.
When are you going to be married?
Oh, in a week or so.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be so soon.
Thank you. Is something wrong, Marcy?
Well, why did you tell her that we're getting married in a week or so?
Well, I thought you were as impatient as I am. What's the point in delaying?
The point in delaying is that I have to make plans. You know, a wedding happens to take very careful planning.
Oh, Lassie, the plans are all made. We'll be married at Margaret's castle. Can you think of a more romantic location?
Well, probably not, but I wanted all of her friends at the wedding.
Well, so do I. So I'll charter a plane and fly them all out there.
Duncan, our friends can't just drop everything and come to Scotland. I cannot believe that you planned this without consulting me. Did you send out the invitations already, or were you waiting for me to lick the stamps?
Shannon, don't be like this. You know it will be the perfect
Don't
wedding
give
for
me
the most
that.
beautiful Lassie. Lisa?
There you are.
Hello, what a pleasure to see you.
Oh, I had to stop by and give you the good news. I was talking with Tom, and he just heard from Craig. Craig is all right, and so is Lucinda.
Oh, good, good.
Thank God.
Wonderful.
Is everything all right around here?
Oh, yes, everything is perfectly fine, except now Duncan is going to plan the rest of my life without consulting me.
Only the bloody wedding. I want to have the wedding at Margaret's castle.
Oh, I think that's so romantic.
Lisa, don't encourage him. Whose side are you on?
I dread this trip. I'm not up to seeing my parents now.
Marjorie, you just got to do it. Look, for as long as we've talked about this thing, it's going to look suspicious if we don't go. Hey, come on, it's going to work out. Listen, when the trial's over, we're going to plan another trip. We'll go get the divorce then.
You're not going to come up with me, are you?
I can't. I have a meeting this afternoon. If I'm done soon enough, I'll drive up tonight. If not, first thing in the morning.
All right. I still think I'm being followed.
Good. Good. All the more reason to just act like it's another day.
When are we going on vacation, Dad?
Hey, we're going right now. You know what you got to do? You got to pack all those warm sweaters that Mommy got you, because we're going to Wisconsin where it's really cold to see Grandma and Grandpa.
I thought we were going someplace where we could swim.
Well, we're going to do that some other time. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to the farmer's market, and we are going to get the biggest, orangest Halloween pumpkin that they ever made. What do you think, yeah?
I want to carve a monster face.
A monster face? Okay.
I don't want that kind, Daddy.
You know.
No, I want one with a happy face.
Oh, well, sounds to me like we got to get 2 pumpkins. Okay. All the kids that want to go to Wisconsin and buy wonderful pumpkins and make faces on the pumpkins, go upstairs, get your bags packed, and be in the car in 5 minutes. Ready? Go!
Come on!
Yeah, it's Brock. Yes, Papa. Marjorie and I are still going to go up. She and the kids are going to leave in a few moments, and then I'll drive up later. Yeah, that would be great. Okay. All right, I'll see you soon. He called your father and invited himself up.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, that's just what I need.
Mom, will you stay with me? I'm gonna make this thing work, I promise.
Sometimes, Brock, I think that you underestimate your father. Do you really believe that you can start over and make a new life with a man steward?
I have to, because it's the only thing that keeps me going.
I want this for both of us, Marjorie. God knows we both deserve it.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you hear the news from Montega?
No, what?
Craig called the police station. He's okay.
Well, thank goodness.
Yeah, Lucinda's okay, too, but she got herself shot.
I guess John knows.
I was with him when he found out. You know, it's funny. He was so furious with her when she left, but now I think this thing has really brought them together again.
Mother, he's got to be concerned. It doesn't mean he's going to forget all the grief that she's caused him.
Have you heard from Brock?
Yes, he called. Do you know they're subpoenaing him to testify at Paul's trial?
Why?
Well, because he sent a man to watch my apartment the night James was shot. I don't know, he didn't go into it that much, and I'm still waiting for him to call.
Well, why don't you call him? Oh, right, married men, that's right. What happened to that famous divorce he was supposed to be getting?
I really don't need this right now, okay?
Right. I don't either. Well, I'd better get back to the hospital. Maybe I can catch a bite at the cafeteria.
Maybe you'll catch John. See you tonight.
Miss Stewart?
Yes?
I'm Greta Aldrin, James's mother.
How do you do? Excuse me, I just am really shocked to see you.
Arrived last night from Sweden. I had to be with Paul.
Yes, Paul's going through a very hard time right now.
Yes. I've been reading about the investigation into my son's death. I was curious to know how you came to know James.
Oh, I met James in Europe. He was Lester Keyes at the time. He talked about you quite frequently. You live outside Stockholm? James said he was going to take me to see you sometime.
Forgive me, but my son would never bring one of his mistresses into my home. James had a blind spot for women. He couldn't see they took advantage of his generosity.
Yes, James was very generous. He was also very manipulative and a destructive man.
Who are you to talk about him like that? He was a great man, brilliant, kind, a genius. And who are you? Nothing but a common whore.
I think you better leave.
I've seen the papers, and I can read between the lines, my dear. You lured James to your apartment, then you tricked Paul into shooting him, his own father. I hold you responsible for everything that's happened.
Get out!
Murdering whore! My son's blood is on your hands.
Hello? Hello, Marjorie. This is Emily Stewart. I'm sorry to disturb you at home. Is Brock there, please?
No, he just left. He had a meeting in Chicago.
Do you know where I could reach him?
I don't. I'm going to be leaving for Wisconsin with the children, but Brock should be back later. Why don't you just try him here in a few hours?
I will. Thank you, Marjorie.
Whore! Murdering whore! Murdering whore! 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 Whore!
Oh, great. Let's sit here. Is this okay?
Order the cappuccino. It's the best.
Oh, I know. Actually, I used to work at an agency just down the street from here. All right. Give me the scoop straight. What do you really think about the Simply Barbara line?
Oh, I think it's the best line I've seen in years.
You do? That's good. Okay, so what do you think about this? Perhaps maybe we can put the line in all the suburban stores, do you think? Because she's on a PR tour. All I have to do is call her up and... Hello? What?
Oh, sorry. Something gorgeous just walked in, and he's staring right at us.
Send my battalion.
Mr. Montgomery, Mrs. Dixon. I'm glad to see you looking so well.
Felicitación por la victoria.
Wait, Ramon, I need you downstairs. We have found more Baracas files.
Enseguida.
Have you been with Mrs. Dixon at the hospital all this time?
Yes, but she insisted that we leave. Mrs. Dixon would like to go to the hotel that she and her pilot, a man by the name of Sawyer, were captured by the junta. She wants to look for him there.
Where we met. Because I know I can find him. He was shot. It was within a 4-block radius. I know I can find him there.
I'm sorry, there are many snipers in the buildings. It is too dangerous. Look, if he has not come into the hospital, then there's nothing that I can do.
I cannot give up. No me doy por vencida. I talked to Urraca. What news have we of Urraca? What's new?
Nothing. I don't think I can believe anything that man tells us.
What about Tonio Reyes' contact, Rafa Valiente?
He was reported missing in action.
I'm also looking for somebody else, Pedro Marquez.
Pedro Marquez? Bianca Marquez
Yeah.
told me what happened. Her whole family was killed by the junta, except for her brother Pedro, who was with you, with the resistance, only she didn't know what happened to him.
I'll inquire about Marquez.
Hey, Nana.
Dime.
I think you should look at this. We found this in Araca's safe.
These are files on James Stenbeck.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns. And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
Tom? Listen, I'm very concerned about my wife and getting medical treatment. I gotta know if the Red Cross is getting, you know, medical supplies in and out of Montega. I was wondering, perhaps you could call Washington, talk to some of their friends down there. And then
I
you could
spoke
find
to
out.
someone in the State Department immediately after Craig called. Apparently supplies have been airlifted into Cartagena as soon as the resistance reopened the airport there. There's no reason to assume Lucinda's not getting the proper medical attention. Look, I gotta run.
Right. Yeah.
John, wait a minute. I'll go down with you.
Barbara.
Hi.
I thought you'd be at the courthouse.
Oh, actually, I came in to see Dr. Samuel. She wants to run some tests on me to determine if I have stopped ovulating.
It's probably just stress.
Well, that's what she says, too. But how am I supposed to de-stress my life right now? Paul is going on trial. Hal is down in Kentucky telling his father about Adam. And Greta Aldrin just blew in from Sweden on her broomstick.
Yeah, Tom just mentioned that she showed up in court.
I gotta keep Paul away from her.
Hi, Bob. Have you seen my mother?
Hi, Emily. Anything wrong?
I just want to talk to her. You haven't seen her?
No, but I tell you what, I'm on my way out. I'll have a page if you like.
Please, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck, Barbara.
Thanks, Bob.
Barbara, I
I've
need to
nothing
talk
to
to you. Please,
say to
Jane's
you,
mother is in
Emily.
town.
How did you know that?
She came by my office to see me. Look, she is a very disturbed woman. And I don't think that she needs to be upsetting Paul right now.
Well, Paul has already seen her because she dropped in on him at the courthouse, and she is more than disturbed. She is very crazy and very vicious.
Yeah, well, Paul has enough to deal with right now.
I agree. I am very concerned about him as well. Emily, would you talk to Paul? Try to encourage him from not seeing his grandmother. I know that he listens to your advice.
I will.
Emily.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, I just ran into Bob. He said you were looking for me.
Yeah. Hi, Barbara.
Hello. Excuse me, I have an appointment.
What's up?
I just wanted to tell you I'm going to go to Chicago to see Brock.
Did he call?
No. After you left, Jane's mother came by the office to see me. She'd read about me in the papers, and she wanted to see exactly what I was to James. But the second I said anything negative about him, she just went crazy on me. I mean, it really freaked me out.
Well, I can understand why you would want to be with Brock right now, but I don't think you should be leaving town.
Look, they're not going to call me to testify. They didn't even pick a jury yet. And I called Jessica's office. Greg Hadley said it would be all right if I just left a number where he could reach me.
Well, I hope you leave the number for me, too.
I will. Mom, I know you don't want me to go see him, but I just have to see him. Look, I need to be with him right now.
Hey, Sean, it's Paul. Is Emily around? Chicago. When did she leave? Okay, thanks.
Who are you calling?
I'm trying to get in touch with Emily, but Sean Baxter just said she wants Chicago.
Yeah, she just called my office and cleared it with Greg. At the rate jury selection's going, we won't need her for a few days.
Oh, man, I can't believe it's taken this long to select a jury.
Well, in this kind of case, it's difficult to find people who haven't already formed an opinion because of all the media coverage. And, of course, so far, everyone I've selected, Benedict's thrown out.
Yeah.
Yes, but we have to be patient. If we can find a good jury, we'll have a way.
Mr. Benedict?
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Good news?
I had our assistant go through our files on James Stenbeck. His mother's name is Greta Aldrin. And guess what? She checked into Lakeview Towers last night.
So? Does this help us?
It might. She's probably the only person in the world who wouldn't paint James Stenbeck as a monster. After all, Bill, I want to be fair and show both sides.
Oh, God. Absolutely nothing here about an island. Nothing.
Wish my Spanish was a little better. See him or help.
Gordo. I have news. Rafa Valiente has been brought into the hospital. He's in surgery now, but you can see him later.
Good. Look at this.
What?
Sierra Esteban. Okay. It's a kind of a formal letter from James requesting certain prisoners that they be turned over to him. And her letter is at the top. Her name of the letter.
Stamped Rich's letter.
What does that mean?
Rejected.
And after the wedding at Margaret's Castle, we'll go down to the Riviera for our honeymoon and then on to Venice.
Oh, please, you must go to Siena, too. And then Capri and...
Oh, honeymoon. I haven't even agreed to the wedding in Scotland yet.
I thought it was all settled.
Yes, by you and Lisa, but I am the bride. This is supposed to be my big day.
Well, darling, I'm ready to hear any counter offer.
I don't have one. I haven't had time to think. I do know that I want to have all of our friends at the wedding, and our friends can't just pack up and fly to Scotland with all that's going on.
Well, we could have a reception here. I wouldn't have anything to do with it, of course, because, after all, it's your big day.
Shannon, would you like to have the wedding at the Mona Lisa?
Well, maybe the castle, and then the kids could come. I don't know. It's just, well, if I agree to this, Lisa, would you be willing to fly to Scotland?
I'd fly to the moon.
I wouldn't miss this wedding.
Good, then it's all settled.
No, it's not all settled.
Who's there, Margot?
Hello. Hi. Oh,
Good to see you.
well, congratulations.
Oh,
best wishes. I'm so
Thank you.
Finally.
We'll break out the champagne when Tom gets here. Meanwhile, would you like something?
Yes, a soda would be just grand.
I would love one to. Let me help you.
Thank you.
Well, what's the matter? Oh, God.
Duncan wants to have the wedding at his great-great-grandmother's castle in Scotland. And I want something, well, you know, I want something normal.
You
Yes.
want something normal?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a contradiction in terms?
I mean, I want our friends there, you know. If it's just in Scotland, then it'll just be Duncan and me and Brian and Beatrice and Lisa and ghosts of all his ancestors.
Sounds like your kind of crowd.
Well, Margaret's castle would be pretty romantic, if a little unconventional.
Oh. And your relationship with Duncan has been totally conventional. It's been nothing but unconventional. And why risk everything by changing it now?
Uh-huh. And what are you two conspiring about now?
I think I agree to have the wedding in Scotland.
Come here. Come here.
Don't worry, you won't be disappointed.
Can I drop you off somewhere?
No, actually, I'm going to get a cab and go to O'Hare, and I just got to make a quick phone call, so
Okay.
I'll call you.
All right.
Soon.
Talk to you soon about the order.
Okay. Thanks so much. So what are you doing here, Brock?
I had some time before a meeting, so I thought I'd come in and get a cappuccino. Felt like I was walking into a time warp coming in and seeing you here. So taken with the feeling, I called and canceled my appointment. It was nice, that's all. Any word from Craig?
Yeah, actually, he did call from Montega, and him and Lucinda are fine. They're safe.
Good. Good.
Well, I gotta go. I've got to get to
Can
the
you stay a
airport.
minute?
Yeah, I can stay a minute, I guess.
Good. Sit.
Brock, I spoke to Emily earlier, and she told me that you got subpoenaed to testify.
Yeah. Jason Benedict's appointed prosecutor on Paul's trial.
Wait a minute, Jason Benedict? That's the man who questioned me about last September.
That's the one. You know, I'm not real concerned about testifying. It just comes at a lousy time. Marjorie and I were about to fly down to the Dominican Republic to get this divorce thing over with. Now we've got to wait till the trial's over. She's a nervous wreck.
Brock, can't your father rethink this? You and Marjorie both want the divorce. He knows you're in love with Emily.
Papa doesn't rethink anything. Papa commands. And right now, he's commanded me to stop seeing Emily.
Does she know about that?
No.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna get back control of the business and get the hell out. In the meantime, I just gotta stall Papa.
Brock, Emily knows something is wrong. She point blank asked me today if there was something about you that she doesn't know.
And what'd you tell her?
Well, I didn't get a chance to tell her anything because then the phone rang and we found out you got subpoenaed to testify. Brock, you're gonna have to give her answers. You're gonna have to give her answers now, but I've been through this with you before, so I guess we don't have to go through it again. I gotta go here.
I get a car outside, I'll take you.
No, that's all right.
Please? Give us a chance to talk a little more.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Also, I've got some papers I need to get to Tony Reyes. Would you drop them off with his doorman if I stop by the house again?
Yeah, that's no problem. But let's go quick because I'm gonna be late.
What are you? Nothing but a common murdering whore. My son's blood is on your hands.
I have to see Brock now, Mother. The things that woman said to me, I just need to be with him.
Oh, perfect timing. We just got out.
Oh, great. They select a jury?
Not yet, but we've got 3 so far, and I'm pretty happy with them. I think they'll be fair. Listen, I gotta run. I'm gonna stop by Duncan's, and then I'll be home for the rest of the evening if you want to talk.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you later. How'd it go?
Okay, I guess. Long and boring mostly.
Honey, I don't know what Greta had to say to you, but I certainly hope you're planning on not seeing her again.
Actually, Mom, I was gonna go over to her hotel room and talk to her for a while.
Paul, I want you to accept my judgment on this. You do not know this woman as I do.
She's still my grandmother, Mom. And she came a long way to see me.
Fine. If you won't accept what I have to say on this, maybe you'll speak to Emily. She'll convince you.
What does Emily have to do with this?
Greta paid her a little visit and upset her very much. So why don't you just call Emily, see what she has to say, see if she thinks you should be seeing this woman.
Well, I can't call Emily. She's gone to Chicago to see Brock. Besides, this is my decision anyway.
Dr. Stewart, isn't it about quitting time?
Oh, yeah. I guess it is, unless they need somebody down in ER. But I've got a hot date with a medical journal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hiya.
Any news from Montega?
No, nothing at all. No. Are you headed home?
Well, I'm off duty, but I thought I would go down to ER and see if they could use a hand.
Well, maybe that's a good idea.
Well, good night.
Right.
Good night.
I'll walk out with you.
You know, Susan's not one of my favorite people, but I feel kind of bad for her, the way you keep dangling her.
What are you talking about?
Come on. So the way that she lit up when you asked her if she was going home, she expected you to ask her out for dinner.
You know, the last thing in the world I want to do is hurt her. I mean that. Yeah, I think I would like to be with her this evening. But, I mean, how do I do that? I mean, just the other day, I was with Lucinda trying to make some sort of headway in getting back together, and she chooses to go to Montega. So I'm going to run to Susan to try to get comfort there when I feel this way about my wife.
So what you're saying is, after everything that's happened, you still love Lucinda?
All right. Diane Clifford, hello. Earth to you guys. We found some champagne, icy champagne, and glasses to serve it in.
You know, I feel a little guilty about leaving you here to do all that work while Shannon and I are off on our honeymoon.
Oh, don't. I've no social life to complicate the job.
Oh, poor thing. Don't you worry. I'll take care of all that, my darling, because I have a very handsome man for you to meet. His name is Sean Baxter.
Really?
Sean
Yes,
Baxter. He works with Craig. He's very attractive and handsome and single. And
Congratulations.
No, I haven't. Hey, excuse me. Can you take this?
Oh, well.
Congratulations. You got the best lady in town.
Thank you, Tom. I do indeed.
Sure. Thank you.
Margot?
Oh, the champagne. This is, wow, thank you. I love it.
Does everybody have some champagne? I'd like to toast the toast.
One more, here we are. Thank you.
A toast to the happy couple.
Yeah, here.
The 2 happiest days of my life.
Uh-oh.
The day that Margot said she would marry me, and the day we exchanged our vows. I love her more today than I ever did then.
You bet.
And to Duncan and Shannon, I wish the same joy that I've found with Margot and our children.
Thank you, Tom.
To Duncan and Shannon.
And after we finish all the champagne, I'll take you all out to dinner.
Peckney. No, you're not the only one that schedules things around here. Could you hold this for me?
Schedules things?
Oh, what is this?
Oh, this is
music.
music. What are you doing?
Mulligan, indeed. Congratulations, you lucky devil. For you have won the finest daughter of the Emerald Isle.
Right, John.
What are we doing?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Paul, you've come. I'm so grateful. Please, come in.
I just got through over at the courthouse. I came right over.
I kept you there a long time. I was just about to have some sherry. Can I offer you something?
No, thanks. Nothing for me.
I hope you won't find it too upsetting, all this trial business.
You know, the whole way over, in the car, I was thinking about what I was going to say to you. I know that you love my father very much, and that you probably blame me for what happened, but
No, I know you never meant to kill him.
You're right. I didn't mean to, but I did. I just had to stop him from doing what...
Oh, please, we can talk about that later. Come, I have something to show you. My most treasured possession. I brought it with me all the way from Sweden to show you. This is your father, and he was just a little boy. You looked so much like him at the same age. See, I have your picture here, too, so you could see the likeness. And this is the 2 of you together with the bicycle he gave you. Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember this.
I've saved all the letters he wrote me. You were never out of his thoughts. He wrote me again and again that you were his pride and joy, his reason for living. Everything he did for you. Must be the maid. I know no one here.
Hello, are you Mrs. Greta Aldrin?
Yes?
I'm serving you with this subpoena.
I don't understand. What is this for?
The State's Attorney Benedict is calling you as a witness in the Stenbeck trial.
So, this is where you live.
Yep. Is it what you expected?
Yeah, actually, it's even more so. A perfect suburban house on a perfect suburban street.
Yeah. Well, what better for the perfect suburban facade? You wouldn't believe where the money came from.
Brock, that's why you're getting out. Brock, if that's your father...
No, he's in Wisconsin.
My instinct was to stay in the car. I told you I should have stayed in the car.
It's okay. I'll take care of it. Relax. Who is it?
Rob, it's Emily.
What are you doing here?
I just had to see you.
All this filled with the dead and dying as soldiers, civilians, as kids.
I was thinking, I was thinking about that file. Even if James's first request was turned down, he wouldn't stop at that.
They didn't take her there.
Nobody. That does not mean that she was executed. It just, I mean, she could have escaped. It doesn't mean... Dime. Es Rafa Poniente?
Si, senora.
General Cordova's given us permission to speak with him.
He is very weak. Do not be long.
Senor, I'm sorry to bother you. I know what you've been through, but you may be the only person who can help us. Tonio Reyes gave me your name. Tonio. I fought with him. Yes. I am Craig Montgomery. I'm from the United States. I am the husband of Sierra Esteban. Now, do you know anything about Sierra? Do you know what happened to her?
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you by Unscented Ivory Free, a pure start to naturally beautiful hair. Children's Clothes by Good Lad of Philadelphia. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.
This is CBS.